magic. We couldn't see one another coming up. You couldn't break overcast until you hit 31,000 feet. It was hard to do. So what happened is that they needed to hit that target, so they figured they may as well go in. It was a big mistake. And we'd bounce all over the skies, coming into Germany. A plane above us almost hit us, and we went into a dive. We came up, and we couldn't see another plane in sight. So we went up the target. We were all by ourselves, and we lost 2 engines over there. And then we fought all the way back to France. And the ones that were alive, we lost 4 men. The ones that were alive ran out of ammunition, so we went to jump from one place to the other to get the other guys ammunition so we could fire them. The kill gunner here was slumped over, so I went to help him out, but he died on me. And this fellow was the one that shot him, killed him. He came around again, and he wanted to shoot the plane down, and he came close and didn't realize there was another gunner in there. And I opened fire on him. He never had a chance to fire a shot at me. Wow. And I caught on fire. And then
You got him, huh?
Wow. He couldn't bail out of the plane.
Wow.
Plane until you get inside of it.
Right.
You realize this is not a big airplane.
What happened is that
It's basically an 8-foot diameter tube.
Right.
Big tube. Just walk through
That's
it.
basically, yeah, they showed the inside of the plane. Oh, until he's
the
throwing.
navigator was thrown out by the bombardier, and his parachute never opened up.
Oh no.
What happened? We got all the empty shells out of the ball turret and got him out, and he picked up his parachute and it opened up in the plane. So he gathered in his arms and he bailed out of the plane. And he's the only man I ever knew that bailed out of 27,000 feet. Opened up his parachute when he bailed out.
Floated down.
And he made
When
it.
he hit the ground, he hit a high tension wire before he hit the ground, impregnated himself in the picket fence.
Oh,
And the Germans got him and put him in a hospital for 57 days. He was in the end. He ended up in Starlight 17. And he lived until last year.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
and then, what happened now, while we were helping him out, both the radio man and I get shot in the right arm, and we couldn't put our parachutes on. We got him out all right. Now, we were out with no auction, and he was, fortunately, he was on auction all the time. We were trying to get him out. And he had to come in and put the parachute on me with one hand. I did the same thing to him. We both bailed one behind the other. And then we passed out immediately. And we didn't come through until we were pretty close to the ground. They figured we were about 25,000 feet before we woke up. We were lucky. And we tried to open the parachute, and I was lucky because I had a British parachute. It was a flat type parachute that I could get my arm around. I opened it up. I broke 6 ribs as I opened it. And when I hit the ground, I fractured 2 ankles, broke an arm, and cut my head open, shot twice in the air.
But you lived.
Almost dead. Gestapo picked
You can't
me
kill
up.
John. He's going to go forever.
And they kept me there for 7 days.
They took care of you.
Huh?
They took care of you. They,
No.
Not really. These.
Never gave me anything.
really?
All they ever did is brought a doctor and he wanted to cut my arm off. I wouldn't let him do it. That was about the 3rd day, second day. Then the 3rd day, he came back and I wouldn't let him do it, so they left me there for dead. They put 2 guards on me. And the 7th day, 3 men walked in with pistols and they shot the 2 guards. They were French resistance. They got me out, brought me to a French Jew doctor who had a clinic in Reims, France. And he came out of the cellar. He was hiding in the cellar from the Germans. And he operated on me 3 times in 28 hours and saved my life. And he was about ready to cut my arm off because he didn't have enough ether. They kept running out of ether. That's why I had 3 operations. But when I woke up the 3rd time, my arm was in a cast. So Dr. Levy saved my life. And then I went to work with the French resistance. British intelligence got a hold of me, and I went to work for them. They named me Burgundy. That was my code name. 20-year-old spy for the British. That's what it was.
Really?
And I did a lot of bad stuff to them. It's a long story. I got captured again because I put a $10,000 reward on me. How I escaped another time. How we got down to Paris. How I got down to Toulouse. How I made it all the way to the Pyrenees Mountains. Met up with 6 Americans. We were supposed to climb it in one day, and we waited for our guide. The guy never showed up for a day and a half. when he showed up, he said, we gotta go to another section, not knowing that we had to climb for 4 days or 4 nights. Now,
Sure
we
looks
hadn't had
good.
any food for a day and a half. We climbed the mountains 4 days, 4 nights, no food or water, drinking snow. And about the third or fourth day, somebody gave me 2 sugar cubes he had that helped me make it over the last day. But Americans pulled me over with a stick. I was hanging on a stick. I couldn't even use this arm. They pulled me over with this left arm. Got into Spain, we're down 90 pounds and under, all of us. We were put in prison. The doctor that checked us out said, we're gonna put you in a dispensary, better than a cell. But then he turned around and said, there was an American pilot here. And 2 days before you fellas came in, he got out. So I said, how did you get out? He said, well, D-Day. What's D-Day? We didn't even know D-Day had taken effect. This is 7 days after it happened, right? So we had asked if we could call the commander of the base, and he did. And I had a major with me, called the British embassies. And they said, the American embassy's opening up today, tomorrow, we'll have to come and get you out. So they did. They brought us to Madrid, cleaned us all up, put us on the train, had to have an event with an ambassador, and got down to the southern part of France, Spain, walked into Gibraltar, and the British was back. Now I get into intelligence headquarters in London. They said, who's Burgundy? None of the 6 men knew that I was Burgundy. And when I stood up, I was the youngest one there. They didn't believe me. So I had to get the intelligence officer on my base to come in and to identify me. He walks in after they flew him down. He says, hey, John, welcome back. I try to salute him with my left hand. He said, never salute me with the left hand. I'll salute you. It was the funniest thing that ever happened. But that's part of the game. The rest of it's a lot of secrets in there that I couldn't talk about for 60-some-odd years.
Yeah.
What you heard just now, my mother, my father, 2 brothers and a sister died, never knew the story.
Is that right?
My wife hadn't heard anything about it until the year 2008. I started writing a book. But then they found Chuck Yeager was a pilot there that was in prison, that same prison we got in. And he was the one that got out before us. So I called him up. I said, how come you wrote the book? Because I am president of the United States Air Force Escape and Evasion Society, and he's a member of it. So he says, well, American Freedom of Information Act. You got to write to print it. So I did. So now they got me flying all over the country. And if people fly me to California, I'll go out there. They did. Somebody last February want me to go and speak there for 7 days. They put me up, they flew me first class.
Really?
Yeah, I
Where?
flew my wife first class. We went out there non-stop. I won't take a plane unless it's non-stop.
Good for you.
And we got there and we spoke at Camarillo, Santa Barbara, up at President Reagan's area, Oxnard.
Yeah.
And then they brought us down to LA, and then we ended up in Anaheim. We spoke there. And then flew back.
What groups did you speak for?
That was a religious group, and they had 50,000 people attending
Oh my
that
God.
function they had. So I go and speak all over the country. I've given 276 talks all over the country, all over Canada, France, Spain, Belgium, Germany, Austria, you name it.
And you remember everything that, like, small
to-
details.
I spoke to kids at Manchester, New Hampshire, at a middle school. There was 786 kids there. And they had to put them in a basketball court because they had no room to seat them. And the 7th and 8th graders sat on the chairs, and the little kids, 5th and 6th graders sat in front of me. So when I finished talking, I said, any questions? Nobody put a hand up. So there was a little girl right in front of me. I said, I know you got a question. What is it? She said, Mr. Casares, how do you remember all that? I said, you never forget it.
Well, I was going to
And all of
say,
a sudden, everybody's hand went up on the
Yeah.
question.
Who are you?
John, did you ever run
gee.
across a guy we got my way? A guy named Steve Pisanos, the Flying Greek. Do you know him?
He got my book, I got his book.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Have you met him in person?
Never met him in person. He
Oh,
was supposed
really?
to come come east, but he never did.
Yeah, I know him. I go
You
to
know
a
him?
group where, yeah, I
Yeah.
see him every once in a while. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I understand he is. I read
Oh,
quite a story
tremendous
about him
guy.
in his book, yeah.
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 Yeah, he's
He's a fellow, a Greek fellow that came over penniless. He came to this country because he wanted to be a pilot. He couldn't afford it, so he came in over here and they hung around an airport. They started giving him some lessons and so forth. And before you know it, he's flying planes and he joined the Canadian Air
He
Force. I
joined the
think.
Canadians for the Eagle Squadron, and he flew Spitfires. Then when the U.S. Army Air Corps took over when we got into war, they brought all American pilots into the Army Air Corps that had come over ahead and were flying Spitfires. Only problem was he was not a U.S. citizen.
So what did they do?
There
they
was
made him a
legislation
citizen, yeah.
Passed to
that had
allow
just
it.
passed to allow a foreign national who had been in the United States and had legal residency
Okay, yeah.
to swear in as an American citizen on foreign soil, and he was the first one to
That's
do
right.
that in England. Took the oath to become a U.S. citizen. He jumped ship
In
Baltimore
England, they
Harbor.
did it.
Is that what he did?
He jumped ship in Baltimore Harbor when he was 18 or 19 years old. He had $5 on him, and it cost him $3 to get a ticket to New York City. He got off in New York City walking around with $2 in his pocket. Knew nobody. Stood in line at a movie theater because it only cost a dime. He thought, well,
yeah.
kill some time. I don't know what else to do.
He was
And
on a
there were
mission.
Two guys behind him talking Greek, and he started talking to him, and they looked at him, and they looked at his clothes, and they said, "You just jumped ship," and he says, "Yeah." They took him home,
And helped him out.
helped him out, got him a job. He retired as an Air Force colonel with 36 years service. Flew in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam.
Wow.
His name is, look him up, it's called The Flying Greek.
Yeah,
Flying
I agree,
Greek.
yeah. It's easy to remember.
www.theflyinggreek.com.
It's a
Look on
great
Steve
book.
Pisano's.
Okay.
Get his book. You cannot put it.
How are you
down.
saying
Like
his
your-
last name? Spanos? Or
Pisanos.
Spisanos. Oh,
But
see,
the
I'm
Flying
wondering
Greek-
if I've been up. My girlfriend
P-I-S-A-N-O.
is Orphanos, but her,
Pisanos.
yeah, but her,
P-I-S-A-N-O.
It's
N-O.
NOS.
NOS, yeah.
But just look up The Flying Greek. That's,
Right.
that's
I've
what
heard
it
of that. I've heard of the Flying Greek.
That's him.
Yeah.
He's an incredible guy, just like you.
It could be
And
Tony.
and when he got shot down on a P-51 and invaded the Germans, the French underground picked him up. And after a while, he told them, "I want to go out at night with you and do operations. I want to kill Germans. I want to kill Nazis. I'm tired of hiding in cellars and attics."
He
And he
wanted
said,
to
as far
participate.
as I know, to the best of my knowledge, because Hitler marched across Greece and just wiped people out, he says,
Mm.
as far as I know, they have probably killed my entire family. I want to murder as many of those sons of bitches as I possibly
Mm.
can. When he got shot down, he was already double ace. He had 10 Nazi fighters, and he went out with the French underground for 6 months and did sabotage and ambushes and all kinds of things. Turns out his
We'll have to
family was
look-
okay.
Yeah? Oh, good.
And in the 1950s, he got home, flying a U.S. Army plane. He was stationed there, and he got to take his whole family up on an airplane.
Wow.
And they hadn't seen or heard from
So
him
how, is
all
he
through the war.
deceased now?
Oh, no, he's
So,
95,
90
no, 96.
Really?
He
Can you-
drives, he's
yeah.
completely independent, he's
Yeah.
absolutely healthy, he doesn't look like he's 70 years old.
Wow.
That's why they call these guys the greatest generation.
Yeah, well, yeah, we do. He's-
Yeah, I'm just a kid next to him.
And he did all
No, how old, you never ask people their age. His dad is 88.
Oh, he'll be happy to tell you.
I know. 'Cause
Well, Steve jumped ship in Baltimore Harbor in 1937 or 38. He was 18 or 19 years old.
I grew up in Baltimore, so weren't even made it out of the harbor without getting killed.
Right.
That was a pretty nasty place
Now,
back
if
then.
anybody's interested in this book, I'm getting ready to close.
I know. You know, that
I
would be
bought
a
yours
good
first
thing for your
this morning, Warren,
father.
and
You're the number one.
Get your father the
right.
book.
Well, he'll be back tomorrow,
25.
won't you?
No, I
It's a
have,
good- it's
my
perfect.
daughter won't
I'll
let me
take
come
Collings,
because
son.
she wants me to be
Can you hold
with her
that, honey?
father.
Okay, well, that's a good thing.
Excuse me, sir. What is it?
It's a V1 bomber. It's a V1 bomb. Right here.
Really?
I called it a buzz bomb.
Look up. Oh,
So I said I'll hit it with 560.